currently 5 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and I genuinely couldn't sleep last night. I woke up, I went to bed early at like 9:30, and I woke up at like 3, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. And when that happens, I know it's like time to make a YouTube video. I know it's time to express my thoughts because I have so much going through my head from like 3 to 4:30. All I was trying to do was fall back asleep, really, so I could wake up at like 5:30. And the whole time I'm laying in bed, I can't stop thinking about my life and just everything in general that it entails, and who I am and what I'm going to be and this, that, and the other. And my thoughts are just running. And today it seems like I'm so like lost right now and mad at not myself, but just the situation in general. Like, I've made a good bit of money. I've, completely personally developed myself to a point where I'm the best version of myself that I've been my entire life. I don't do any type of nicotine, no Zen, no vape. I used to smoke every day since I was 14 years old. Haven't smoked weed in I don't even know how long now. Barely do I drink. If I drink, it will be maybe once every month or 3 months. Like, I don't even know. I don't do any of the things that I used to be, and it still doesn't feel quite different. The motivation's not there. I don't feel like I'm doing all that different. I don't feel like I'm, performing that different. But I do know that my perspective and my knowledge and my value is a lot more. I'm giving a lot more than I would have in the past. I've been praying a lot for patience, and it seems like that's the thing that has been killing me with a lot of the outcomes that have happened in my life. And I'm sure you feel the same way, is you feel like you have no patience for the things that you really, really want. And the issue with this is that we worry so much about the outcome, we don't harp on the details and the process itself. That is what's detrimental to us. That is what keeps us not happy. That's what keeps us looking into the future. That's what keeps us half-assing the details throughout. The best thing you can do for yourself that I've realized is take a look at the minor details, the little things. The YouTube video I just made, every successful person I've met in Miami, all they care about are the fucking details. The little tiny things make all the difference in the world. All of us have capability and value and have a good platform and a good, business idea, business model, this, that, or the other. But the tiniest little things is what takes you from $10,000 a month to $100,000 a month. The tiniest little things are what take you from $0 a month to $10,000 a month. It's just little tweaks in your life, in your business, in your mind that are going to take you there. But if you're always focused on the fucking outcome 24/7, then you're not going to see the little details throughout the process. And I'm victim of this. And I've been victim of this my whole life. I've had girlfriends break up with me because I'm always too focused on the future. Every person that's been friends with me says I don't live in the moment too much. Now, I genuinely believe looking into the future is a trait that rich people have, and poor people like to live in the present. And call me irrational for that, but that is the truth. Is if you're not looking forward and being prepared for the next thing, then you are not ready for the next thing. But this morning I just woke up in my head. I'm driving to the gym, I'm about to work out, and I'm just like, like, what the fuck are we all doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? There's people out there that I've met and seen with my own eyes that are living on a different earth than I am. They are living a life that you couldn't even fucking fathom. You see it through your phone. I've seen it with my own eyes. And it's not even just necessarily about the money. It's the freedom aspect. My friend over there in Miami buys his mom a fucking full trip to Africa, probably $20,000 safari. Do you realize you have the power to change your family's lives? That's why I made the video also a few weeks ago. You should be so pissed off for this shit. Right now, I can't fucking sleep at night until this happens for me. Until I make this life for myself and develop myself enough and get the platform and get the revenue and get the clients and take care of the people, I can't rest and I can't chill. And I know I'm going to lose people along the way because I know I look like a psycho and I know it looks stupid, but that's how you have to fucking look. You have to look like an idiot 9 times out of 10 before shit actually works. And people will doubt you, and people will leave you, this, that, or the other. Personally, when I fucking dropped out of college, I was decent at selling cars, stopped doing that shit, dropped out of college, broke up with my girlfriend, partier, pothead, bah, bah, bah. Everyone was like, Tommy is a fucking loser, straight up. Get into real estate. They're like, that's not going to work out. 8 months go by, haven't made $1. Everyone's like, I told you so. He looks like an idiot. He's an outcast. This, that, or the other. Boom. I make $160,000 in 6 months. Shit works out when you bet on yourself, and that's the thing that you're not willing to do, is bet on yourself. I've done this in everything I ever do, and my parents literally know it to a T at this point. Whenever I say I'm going to do some shit, they're just like, go ahead and do it, because we know you're not going to listen to me. But that's how you should live. And it took me the longest. I figured that out when I was 19, 18, and I still feel like it took me forever to figure that out. But the moment you figure out it's your life and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it, then you should just do that. Straight up. You don't owe anybody anything. But when you do that, understand that people are going to doubt. People are going to, laugh at you, make fun of that, because you're trying, because you're betting on yourself, because you're not doing the normal thing. Well, guess what? Normal people aren't driving fucking the expensive cars. Normal people aren't going on trips like I just talked about. Normal people aren't living in the nicest houses. Those are not average people, and they didn't live an average fucking life. They didn't do average things. They did, they went this way when the whole fucking crowd was going that way, and that's why people laugh at it. People laugh because it's not normal. Anything that's not normal is funny because it's not normal. It's different. It's goofy. But not normal people live a certain way forever. And if you don't want to be normal, then you have to not be normal right now. Right now. Today. That was the biggest thing for me that I never understood. And I'll go to these cities, Dallas, I got a company out there that I work with. Fucking billionaires. Rich city. I'll go to Miami with my other business partner. And same thing. Like, just money, people, fast life, this, that, and the other. And it's not all monetary, but it's just about the people that you're meeting. And then I'll come home and it's like, it's just stagnant. Like, people aren't open-minded to what is all out there, and they've settled and they've lived the normal life. And the reality is there's so much out there to be taken that you can't even fathom what is at your fingertips. I can remember, like, yesterday, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with my friend, Arthur Blank, who owns the Falcons. He's worth $9 billion. And then I go, dude, like, because people in Georgia know him. That's, like, the richest dude in Georgia. Like, that dude could buy anything. He's built hotels. He's built hospitals downtown. Like, he's rich as hell. $9 billion, right? Elon Musk is worth $400 billion. That's how much money is in the world. This guy who I know, Arthur Blank, is worth $9 billion and is rich out the ass. His kids won't work again. And Elon Musk has so much more than that. $400 billion. That's what's out there for the taking for you. If you could just pinch off a sliver, a $20 million sliver of that. You know how much that $20 million is to $9 billion, nonetheless $400 billion? It's like a hair. It's so minute. You could just pinch that off for yourself and set your family up and your kids up for life. It's not even that difficult. Like, I wouldn't say it's not difficult, because it is, but it's possible. Don't settle. Don't settle for shit. Why would you be settling for something when you know that that's actually obtainable? When you know that there are people doing that? When you know that you could do that, you're just not doing anything for yourself right now to get there. The worst thing in life is wasted potential, because everyone has it. Everyone has it. You always have a perspective to give. You always have some sort of value, some sort of knowledge that somebody else doesn't have and never will have until you express it to them. The best thing you can be and the most valuable thing you can bring to the table is yourself, is your mind, is your perspective. The moment you realize that, and the moment you stop giving a fuck what people think, is the moment your life will actually change for the better. I remember 19, 20 years old, I would post real estate content that was kind of goofy, corny, whatever. People laughed at it, this, that, and the other. I made money in real estate a lot more than 99% of them will ever make in their entire lives. With their degree, with that, that, or the other. So I'm a little bit over that. But I've even, with the personal development stuff, I've posted videos that people might laugh at. But every time I go to these cities, and I'm in a Ferrari, and I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm in LA, and I'm in Miami at the beach, everyone starts liking those Instagram stories. Everyone starts texting me about that, saying I'm always traveling, saying I'm doing great. And it's like, bro, they don't realize that that is the difference. I am the difference. The willingness for me to not give a shit what they think is why I'm in those positions. And this is on my dime. It hits different when you're not on mommy and daddy's dime in those cities. It hits different when you can go wherever the fuck you want to go with your money because you work for it, because you don't care what people think, because you go out and do different things. You try different things. You don't live a normal life. Therefore, when I go places, it's not normal. These people love to clap at the results, at the highs. But when shit's low and this YouTube video gets 10 views, people laugh at that shit. And then guess what? In 3 months, I'm going to be living down there. I'm going to be driving those cars. I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other. And then it's going to be back to this YouTube video. Well, what did he say there? What did I miss? Bro, you were blind the whole fucking time. It's been right in front of your face. It's been right in front of your face. In 3 to 4 months, I guarantee you I'm going to be down there making $50,000 to $60,000 a month, $100,000 a month, driving whatever I want to drive, living the quote-unquote, dream life of an internet money kid. And you're going to be like, well, let me go look at his stuff now. Let me go look at his now. And let me tell you right now, it's May of 2025. You're 4 months behind me. You could have seen all this today. And if you do watch it today, kudos to you. I'm dead ass. I gotta hand it to you because I know you shouldn't care, and you probably don't. But it will happen. Everything that I want will happen because I don't care enough to. I don't care enough about your opinion, my mom's opinion, my dad's opinion, my friend's opinion. Nobody really cares, or nobody really matters, and I don't care what they think because I have my own vision and I know where I'm gonna run with it. Until you do that, you will not see the results, and you won't feel like you have a passion and a drive. One of these kids that was, swept up in one of my videos on TikTok DM'd me, and he was just talking about, passion and getting girls and, getting in shape and stuff like that. And the more I would be like, well, look, bro, if you just work out and you work on yourself and personally develop yourself, this, that, or the other, you'll feel better. And when you feel better and you're more confident, you'll be able to talk to people better, and your life will just kind of come together more and more the more you develop yourself. But you have to work on yourself first before anything else will come into place. And he was kind of like, yeah, well, my life's just really hard. My mom, this, that is hard on me. My job kind of sucks. I kind of want the friends and girlfriends, girlfriend first, and then I'll get better. I feel like I'll get better after that. That's not how it works. That is never how it fucking works. Understand that. As a man today, you aren't given shit, and you're not owed a fucking thing. A hot girlfriend, you're not owed that. Money, you're definitely not owed that. Friends, you would be lucky if you got a real set of them. But other than that, you're not owed it. You're not owed shit. You have to create your whole entire value in this life. And the quicker you understand that, the quicker you'll get all the rest of that shit. It's so simple. Hit the gym. Pray to God. Love your family. Read a book. It's so if you really think about it, it's so fucking easy. The small little things that you can do, develop your mind, develop your body, develop your spirit, develop your pocket, and everything else will fall into place for you. Whether you work at fucking McDonald's or whether you sell houses for a living, it literally doesn't matter. If you're a dude that works at McDonald's or Dairy Queen and you get jacked and you start becoming smarter and you trust God, it will all work out for you. You won't be working there forever. You'll make more money eventually. That's not how, that's not the worry. You'll get a hot girlfriend, this, that, or the other. But if you're the guy that works at those places and you don't work on yourself, you don't pray to God, you don't, read any fucking books, get any type of knowledge in some way, one way or another, listen to a podcast to your mouth, to your brain, then you're going to be there forever. And shit's not going to just walk into your life. What? It's kind of the same, it's the same analogy as women who are low value as fuck and they think that they deserve a high value man. They run around the city, they drink all the time in Buckhead, they do this and the other, but they want a guy that's got money, got a nice car, and is going to provide for them, is going to love them to the fullest. That doesn't work like that. That y'all are not equal. Why would they come together for you? If you're a guy, vice versa, what I just talked about, if you want a hot girlfriend, you just want a girlfriend in general, you want better friends in general, what makes you think you're worth that? You have to have value. You have to bring something to the table. Why would you work or do anything with anybody if they didn't bring anything equal to you at the table? You don't go be friends with somebody that's worse off than you, generally. You don't go date a girl that's worse off than you, generally. Like, the moment you work on yourself and the moment you figure it out that you are owed nothing, then your life will change. And your perspective will change. And then, over time, you work on yourself, you develop yourself, and you'll get to the point like where I'm at, and you know that nobody owes me anything, and I don't need anything. Like, I don't need shit from Joe, Sam, Rob, girl, this, that, party. Like, I don't need shit from anyone. Number one, I've done it all at my age. Number two, I've seen it all. Number three, they don't matter. They don't owe you shit. That outside fulfillment is going to do nothing for you if you're not becoming the best version of yourself every single day. Like, the lowest I've been in my life was when I had no love for myself. And what did that mean? I woke up, smoked, drugs, and basically carried through the day, pointless sex, and then I would party 3-4 nights in a row, this, that, or the other. There was no, progression. No intellectual progression. No spiritual progression. Fucking hardly any physical progression. There was no, I was going like this as a man. And yes, I was younger, but going like this. And when you go like this is where your mindset goes to. It fucking goes down just with your body and everything else. And when all that goes to shit, yes, you feel hopeless. Why wouldn't you? Yes, you feel like you don't deserve anything. Why do you deserve anything? You haven't done anything to deserve anything. Why would you not feel hopeless? You haven't done shit. And then the moment, and it started with my body. The moment I started taking my body and my fitness more serious, I was still doing drugs, still doing all that shit all the time, drinking all the time. But at least I cared about my body a little bit more. The moment my life started going like this, boop, 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 boop. And then I got to a point where it was more spiritual. I started reading, doing podcasts, reading books, and, got off the drugs and more spiritual. Then my life went even higher. Made more money. Met new people. And then now I'm to a point where I almost have all four of them. I would never say figured out, because you're never going to figure everything out. But I got four of them down to a T. Pockets, spirituality, intellectual ability, and physically. Those four, I got a pretty good grasp on. And right now, I'm on the verge of breaking everything that I want to do. My connections. I've traveled the world on my dime. I've done what I want to do. I've made a lot of money. I've met a lot of people. I've seen a lot of things. I've experienced a lot of things. And I've just turned 22 years old. The world is at my fingertips because of my personal development. If I stayed who I was 2 years ago, I genuinely think I would be in fucking Athens, Georgia, smoking fucking weed every day still. With no money. With no girlfriend. With no body. With no mindset. With nothing to show for it. But because of my personal development, my life's completely changed. And until you realize that you are the problem, your life won't change either. Understand that. And I keep reiterating that and saying that, but that is the fucking truth. When you realize that your life is the problem and your habits are the problem, then you get to, some sort of system to change them, then it'll all work out for you. I remember one of the big ones for me was like porn. And I know that's every guy, but like legit, 18, 19 years old, I had a girlfriend, hot as fuck, smoking girlfriend, and I was still watching porn. And do you realize that takes you, as a guy, that literally destroys everything that you think you are? Do you know how loser that is? The biggest heroin addict on the planet is still cooler than the guy that beats his dick all day. I'm so serious when I say that. You're fantasizing about a girl through a screen that would never talk to you in person. This girl would spit in your face if you saw her and said something to her. Like, and you're like, it's so disrespectful to yourself, basically. Because naturally, if you didn't do that, you would go get more girls. When you have an erection, you would go find a girl. The way that our fucking ancestors did. The way that fucking Neanderthals did. Not sit behind a screen. It kills your dopamine. It kills your confidence. It kills your drive to do everything. Sexual energy is very fucking powerful. Very powerful. Love is the most powerful thing on this planet. And you don't think sexual energy is like the entail of love? Because it is. If you can channel that energy and put it into other things, imagine how much better your life would be. And then everyone gets the post-nut clarity. Whether it's sex or jacking off. Dude, all that is when you're fucking beating your dick is that I'm a loser. That's what your head is telling you is, why would I have done that? Why would I do that? Was that really worth the sensation? No, it wasn't. So channel that and put it into something else. Discipline yourself. Have self-fucking control. The moment, like, that is the biggest one. The porn was the biggest shit for me. Like, when I finally got control of that, oh my God, it was so much easier to stop smoking, stop vaping, this, that, the other. Like, that was such a self-control thing that you have complete control over, and you still can't control yourself. Like, that is the grossest I'm telling you this because this is me. Most loser shit you can do. And then you can easily control everything else because it's not as like that's one of the hard ones for guys. And then you can overcome everything else. But there's so many things that you don't think are holding you back that are. And that's one of them. Vaping is one of them. Every single day you do that shit. Every single day you don't do anything to progress your life. That's what's holding you back. And that's the difference. I'll tell you, when I go to Miami and I see these people that are living the lifestyle, you probably follow them on Instagram, this, that, and the other. I've never seen one of those motherfuckers with a vape. I've never seen him with a Zen. I'll be honest, I barely ever see him fucking drink. I've seen him drink, but barely. Most of the time they're drinking water. Talking. Intellectual conversation. Getting better one way or another. We go to the gym down there. There's gym influencers. There's bodybuilders, this, that, and the other. They're working, bro. They're not in there bullshitting. You come here in Georgia and they're all bullshitting in the gym. Talking about this. Talking about interest rates. Talking about the housing market. Talking about what they did this weekend. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. When you live down there, bro, they're not worried about that shit. They're worried about leveling up. They're worried about tomorrow. Like I said, rich people live in the future because they're worried about what can I do? What can I do? What can I learn? What value can I bring? What value can I gain today that I can bring and give to someone else tomorrow? That's how you should live your life. And the moment you start living like that, the moment things start happening for you, people start caring about you more. People start listening to you more. You start making more money. You start having more of an influence. And the more you have more of an influence, the more easier it is to make fucking money. Like, it's all a reverse effect, but it's all through personal development. And you have to open your eyes to what's out there. Think about the Arthur Blank and the Elon Musk story. You have to think about how much fucking money is out there and how much, ability you have to do something. Pinch off a tiny $20 million out of that billions and billions and billions of dollars, and you're rich for life. Your family's rich for life. I'll tell you, to put money into perspective for you, because it's not real, and I've noticed that. I've watched my friend down there spend $4,000 in like an hour and a half on 2 dinners, cigars, and a hookah. Food, hookah, and cigars. $4,000 out the fucking window. No questions asked. No hesitation at all. That's how you know money's not real. Woke up the next day, he made $29,000. So, it's not fucking real. Shit comes and goes. That's how it goes. It comes and goes, ebbs and flows. And the moment you realize that it's not real, it'd be so much easier for you to get it. I used to think $100,000 was so much money. And I know you're going to watch and be like, oh, he's a prick. Like, that is so much money. It's not. I want to say like it is, but it's not. I could fucking spend my $100,000 in literally probably 30 minutes if I wanted to. I know how quick it goes. But what I'm telling you is, now I even look at $1 million is not that much money. $1 million is not that much money. Because I'm like, Well, shit, I got 100,000 like pretty easily, 6-7 months. I can get $1 million in 2 years. Give me 2 years, I'll get $1 million. Like, that's not that much money. Stop thinking this is like so out of reach for you. You think that there's 22 million millionaires in America. 22 millionaires in America. And you don't think you could be one? You don't think you could pitch off $1 million? $100,000. Do it 10 times. You don't think you can do that? I think it's very possible. And I think everyone has the ability. You have the ability. You're just doing all the stupid shit that won't get you there. You're jacking off all day. You're hanging out with the wrong fucking crowd. You're still vaping. You're still smoking. You're still drinking every fucking weekend. You're still doing all these things that are never going to get you there. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest with each other. That's never going to get you there. You may think that you can do all that, but you can't have both. You can't have both. And the moment you realize your personal development will get you there, and the more intellectually smart you become, the better physically you become, the better spiritually you become, then the transactional part will follow, and you'll have everything. And the best part about it all, as a man, when you figure out those 4 factors of life, and then you are at the peak, you've made a fucking lot of money, you're in best shape, smartest version of yourself, then all that other shit will fall into your lap. Hot ass girl. Drink whenever the fuck you want. Tuesday at 12 p.m. Drink. Why? Because you're a fucking millionaire. Because you did it. Because you locked in. Because you actually cared and became the best version of yourself. That stuff will always be there. You can beat your dick for the rest of your life once you make $20 million. Be my guest. But you haven't done shit until then. And until you do anything, that is just loser activities. It would still be loser then. But go ahead, because, you worked for it, I guess. If that's what your goal was. But the best thing you can do for yourself is develop yourself, develop every facet of your life, start living in the future a little more, and start realizing that money is there for you to take. I know people from normal families who have made millions and millions of dollars. You were not dealt a bad hand. You have the intellectual ability. You have some sort of value. You're just not giving it to anyone. You don't care enough to give it out. The moment you start giving it out, and the moment you start helping other people and loving other people and doing it for everything else, and the moment you look at your life, analyze what could be better, and change, is the moment your life will change. Nothing changes if nothing changes.